Welcome back to the Circle City Sports Talk Show here on 107.5 The Fan. Today we've got some more NFL questions for you. The first one being what could be a pretty controversial one. Who gets a Super Bowl first? Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Tua Tagovailoa, or Brock Purdy? All right, let's start with you, CJ.
I think if Purdy doesn't do it this year, then he never will, because after this, then all of the Niners star players are going to want more money, and they don't have the cap space for that, so they're going to have to let some people go. However, I do think it's going to be Joe Burrow, because if he can stay healthy, then he has a crazy receiving core in Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and T. Higgins. His defense is, while it's not the best, it is still really good. So if Purdy doesn't do it this year, then he never will. But I do think Burrow will be the first one to do it.
When you think about a quarterback, the success comes down to, yes, his talent, but also the weapons he's got around him. And I think that goes with that said, Brock Purdy's got that in the back. He's on the team that's, I know one years he wasn't there, but every year that he's been starting quarterback, he's made it to the NFC Championship, not always winning it, but making it consistently and consistently winning football games with this team. And then every receiver on that team adds a little element. George Kittle's the big guy who can just pound guys to the ground as he runs. Deebo Samuel's tough. He's hard to bring down. And Brandon Ayuk, he's fast. He's got good hands. So I'm going to go with Brock Purdy.
Well, I get the argument for Purdy. I get the argument for Burrow, but it's got to be Lamar Jackson. Bringing in Derrick Henry this year and still having a stacked defense, I think if Lamar is going to get it done, those Heisman Trophy skills are going to be on display within the next couple of years. And on display on a winning stage in which he will get to hoist that trophy handed to him by Roger Goodell. Now, if you want to call in to weigh on the opinion, call 317-012-1844.
Okay.
It looks like we do have a caller.
My prediction is that it's Joe Burrow because unlike the other quarterbacks, he actually has a Super Bowl appearance with Bell, and I think even with that terrible offensive line that he had in that Super Bowl, he still played really well.
Well, looks like you have somebody in agreement with you, but I guess we can all agree to disagree. On that topic of Burrow's O-line, we can switch over sides of the ball. Who in the NFL has the best defensive line? Let's hear from you first, Blake.
So when I think about defensive line, I think of mean, hard-hitting QB hitters. I think there's no one like that except for Ed Oliver and his Bills defense. Ed Oliver's kind of going under the radar, racked up lots of sacks last year, along with AJ Epinesa. Also is a really under the radar unit, front seven for the Bills, along with AJ Epinesa. The Bills, I think they have a lot of negatives, especially at receiver. But I think one of the positives they have is they have a consistent front seven at getting to the quarterback, so I'm going with the Bills.
CJ?
I've got the Cowboys. DeMarcus Lawrence, Osai Odigizua, Massey Smith, and probably the greatest pass rusher in the league right now, Micah Parsons. He should have won Defensive Player of the Year multiple years in a row. And the defensive line are the most the Cowboys are the most disruptive defensive line in the league. They have an average of 81 pass rush rate on PFF and 23, and all of their pass rushers have an individual grade above 79. No other team has that.
Well, I think that D-line has to be the Indianapolis Colts. Good combination of pass rushing and run blocking as they set their own team's pass record. Now, this episode has been brought to you by Major League Wiffle Ball, your place to catch all the wiffle ball action. Check us out on our socials, including Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you want to see play-by-play after our first game of the series, check the YouTube page the next morning. Major League Wiffle Ball, your source for wiffle ball. Thank you.